What if I told you that a 19-year-old college student working out of a tiny dorm room with just $1,000 would one day build one of the largest technology companies in the world? This is the story of Michael Dell, a young man who didn't just dream of success, but reimagined how the computer industry worked. His journey is proof that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment or unlimited resources. What you need is vision, persistence, and the courage to act. In 1984, Michael Dell was a 19-year-old pre-med student at the University of Texas. But medicine wasn't his passion, technology was. From his dorm room, he came up with a simple but powerful idea. What if people could buy computers directly, built exactly to their needs without the retail markup? He started small, buying parts, assembling computers, and selling them to customers one by one. With just $1,000 in savings, he wasn't trying to build an empire overnight. He was simply solving problems and adding value. That's a lesson in itself. You don't need everything figured out, you just need to begin. While his classmates were studying for exams, Michael was taking orders by phone, fine-tuning machines, and shipping them out. His belief was simple: if you listen to people and deliver value, the business will grow. And it did. At the time, the computer industry was dominated by companies like IBM and Compaq, who sold their machines through big retailers. This made computers expensive and generic. Michael took a radical approach: cut out the middleman, sell directly, customize each order, deliver faster and cheaper. It was a gamble because no one else was doing it, but customers loved it. They could finally get exactly what they wanted at a better price. This direct-to-consumer model became Dell's signature. In just 1 year, the company's sales hit $200,000. By the age of 23, Michael Dell became the youngest CEO ever to lead a Fortune 500 company. It showed the world that innovation isn't always about inventing new products. Sometimes it's about finding a smarter way to deliver them. But the computer industry doesn't stand still. What worked yesterday quickly becomes outdated. Michael understood this better than anyone. Dell didn't just stick to personal computers. As businesses demanded more powerful systems, the company expanded into servers, storage, and eventually cloud infrastructure. Each pivot required courage and foresight. Because in business, what kills giants is not lack of resources, it's lack of adaptability. Dell's willingness to evolve meant it didn't just survive the waves of change, it often led them. The lesson here is powerful. You must be willing to outgrow your original idea. Success is not a one-time achievement. It's a continuous process of reinvention. Of course, the path wasn't smooth. In the 2000s, Dell faced slowing growth, shrinking profits, and intense competition. Wall Street demanded short-term results, while the industry demanded long-term innovation. In 2013, Michael Dell made a decision few would dare attempt. He took his own company private in a $25 billion deal, the largest of its kind at the time. Why? Because being public meant focusing too much on quarterly numbers. But real transformation takes patience. By going private, Dell gave his company the freedom to think bigger and act bolder. It was a huge risk. Many doubted him, but Michael trusted his vision. Years later, Dell returned to the stock market stronger, more diversified, and more profitable than before. This moment teaches us something critical. Sometimes success means stepping back, blocking out the noise, and trusting your long-term plan, even when others can't see it. Yet, Michael Dell's story isn't only about computers or business. With his wife, he created the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, focusing on education, health, and opportunities for underserved communities. they've committed billions to improving lives around the world. For Michael, leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being consistent, humble, and focused on impact. He shows us that success isn't just about how much wealth you build. It's about how much good you do with it. So, what can we learn from Michael Dell's incredible journey? Start small, but don't stay small. A dorm room and $1,000 was enough to launch a billion-dollar company. Challenge the norm. Everyone else went through retailers. Dell went directly to customers. Sometimes the winning move is to do the opposite of what's expected. Adapt constantly. Technology changes, markets shift. Winners are those who reinvent themselves before they're forced to. Take calculated risks. Whether it's leaving college or taking his company private, Dell's boldness was balanced with strategy. Lead with purpose. Use your success to lift others. Because at the end of the day, profits fade, but impact lasts. Michael Dell's story proves something powerful. Greatness doesn't begin with perfect conditions. It begins when you dare to start, no matter how small. From a dorm room to a global empire, his journey shows us that your current circumstances don't define your future. This is your reminder. You don't need to wait. You can start today. Take that first step, listen, adapt, and build with purpose. Who knows, your small beginning might one day change the world.